Hello sports fans, welcome to this DMAX sprint race at the simply mega Milton Keynes Daytona circuit. My first time here, that's excuse number one. I'm sure there'll be many more blaming the other drivers, the circuit, the weather. We'll get onto those, don't worry. But it's an unusually beautiful, sunny, dry January afternoon. We've had a 10-minute quali session. We are starting P7 and we are about to start this 20-minute race. Here's me trying to get some heat into these 27-year-old slick tyres, no doubt. And as we come around this final corner, close it up 2x2, like we're entering Noah's Ark. The lights are flashing yellow, they're about to go green, and we are off. So we actually managed to get a great jump. We caught these two lads napping and were straight into P5. Awesome circuit. Can't recommend this place enough if you've never been. This group of 4 ahead, all fast boys and girls. We'll see how long we can stick with them. But this corner here, really tricky. I figured out quite quickly. Don't worry about that second apex that you just passed. Completely ignore that. But still, really difficult nonetheless. As the circuit sweeps around, we can see P6 there, just saying hello, nibbling away, and then you dive down this quite long steep elevation change. You don't really get the sense of it on camera, and then onto the most important corner of the entire circuit, as that leads out onto this long back straight where you climb back up the hill pretty fast. As you dive into this left, I'm seeing about just over 80 kilometers an hour, and then again another really tricky corner. So any locals, anyone ahead of me in this video watching this, please give me some tips on how you take that tight right hand hairpin after the really fast left. So we're on to lap 2, still in P5, and as we go through this first fast chicane, not really an overtaking point, it's narrow and it's fast, however this hairpin certainly is. We can see that he's still there, still right on my bumper, letting me know he's there. Going round, sweeping now through the infield section of the circuit, and again he's right on my bumper. We're going to go defensive and we're going to push him, and we're going to force him to go around the outside. A very difficult place to pass around the outside there. He's not going to try and move up into that hairpin because you'd completely compromise your entire run all the way down this hill, but we can see he's right there. Similar story with this hairpin. Again, you don't really want to be taking a move into that, because you're just going to lose so much time to the entire rest of the field all the way up this long back straight. But we can see I went a little bit defensive there. He has a look down the outside, but not really possible to do. However, I mess up this hairpin completely. Again, a really tricky corner, can't completely bogs down, and we just open the door and let him through. So here we are, starting lap 3 now in P6, and we're going to follow this guy through, and I'm actually going to get a little bit of a run on him. I'm going to get a better exit than him out of this chicane. I'm going to try and send a move, but my ambition certainly outweighed my talent there. We actually had a bit of contact, so I decided to let him back through. Unfortunately, in doing so, P7 goes through as well. So here we are now into P7. And now we've got a bit of time to actually watch these guys, see how they get on. And one of the cool things about this track is there's loads of runoff, as you can see there, and the runoff itself is pretty steeply banked. And you see it again as we come out of this left hand again all the way. You can run it all the way out up onto that curving, onto that banking. It's quite a physical track. After 10 minutes of quali, I was actually feeling a little bit battered, and I was a little bit anxious about what 20 minutes of racing would feel like around this circuit. But we can see these two guys getting a little bit argy-bargy, and this guy in the blue with the red suit's actually throwing his hands about. So now we're back up into P6, and again we're going to get a good run through the chicane, and we're actually going to get a much better exit than this guy, as you can see through here. And I actually managed to make that one stick without any contact. And now we're up into P5. So here we are, just midway through lap 4, and we're actually approaching our first back marker. So it's real mixed ability, real mixture of experience levels on this day, and that generally is how it goes on these arrive and drive sprint races, and it can be a little bit easy to get frustrated with some of the slower karts, some of the slower drivers, but you have absolutely no right to be. They have just as much right to be on that circuit as you do whether you have your own boots, gloves or suit. It doesn't matter. You're all out there to have fun. This is not a truly competitive drive championship like Club 100, for example. However, you can see that I had a little bit of a moment as I was avoiding the, got a little bit spooked by that second back mark that we encountered as he locked up and had a spin. And unfortunately that's dropped us back down to P7. So back where we started then in P7, this is where we qualified. But now we've got a view of this battle, this epic battle for the ages that's unfolding in front of us. This is White Helmet versus the red suit, and we've seen the hand gestures and the flapping arms from the red suit guy earlier. And he's going to send it straight back up the inside of White Helmet, but White Helmet's having none of it. We could have maybe gone for a really late lunge up into that hairpin, but like I mentioned, you really don't want to be doing that now, otherwise you're going to compromise your entire run all the way down this hill. And we encounter another back marker who again was probably, that was just me being spooked, not managing the traffic. So again, we've fallen foul with our interaction of some of the back markets, and we have been thrown completely off the back of that epic battle. I'm sorry viewers that I can't bring you continued coverage of that battle, but we're going to do our best now to catch up to that. I'm going to skip forward, I'm going to skip over lap 6. It was a pretty uneventful lap, but here lap 7, this was actually my best lap of the race. Why do I think this was a faster lap than others? I think going through that first chicane, I didn't run it too wide on the exit and compromise my left hand entry into that hairpin. But I think certainly looking at the times after the race, P1 finished essentially 2 seconds there. Well, P1's personal best lap was 2 seconds faster than mine. Again, some excuses for you viewers is my first time here. They were at least 20-30 kilos lighter than me, but that is no real excuse. I've got much work to be done at this circuit, and to be honest, it's an absolutely awesome, mega fun circuit to drive, and I can't wait to come back. We'll be back here as soon as possible, no doubt. So skipping forward 3 laps, we're going to go from lap 7 to lap 10. Pretty uneventful, just trying to chase down these guys in front, and you actually see we jumped from P7 to P6. We're actually gifted a place, I believe there was a retirement, I'm not sure if that was a mechanical or something, but a gift from the racing gods nonetheless. I was trying to be smooth, chipping away back at these guys, so that is P5 and P4 that you can see in front. It feels great when you're out there chasing someone down, and ever so slowly, but definitely you're closing the gap lap after lap. You make these reference points to yourself that as you maybe crest round one corner, they are X meters away, and as you come around the next lap they're a meter or so closer, and then again seeing that come down is really encouraging. But some back markers up ahead, P5 and P4 are going to go through here. However, the back marker curse, the spooking, struck again, and that was a big one, and that is probably the end of any kind of racing for me in this race. And you can actually see then how slippery those tyres were when you run off the grass and come back on. It takes a good few corners to scrub them clean again. But now we're going to skip forward again to lap 14, and I had another incident with the back marker. Again, that's me just being spooked, not sure where they're going, and then knocking up the rear. So by this point we've had quite a few disasters. We need to seriously work on some racecraft. So now we're going to jump ahead again, this time to the penultimate lap, and in fact we're actually about to get caught by the race leaders. This doesn't happen that often, I swear, but through the issues we've had through my poor racecraft of dealing with the back markers, we've actually been caught. I'm going to point us straight through. Firstly, you don't want to be an obstacle when it comes to the battle for a race to win, but secondly, this is no doubt a good opportunity to have a follow, have a good old look-see, a bit of a nosy at clearly a faster person around this track. So we could probably learn a few things, probably learn many things. So let's have a look if there's anything that we can see. So both flat, easy through turn 1. And as we come onto this left-right chicane, I run it out a lot wider than she does, and that really compromises my entry into that left-hand hairpin. And you can see that she just streaked away from me and several kart lengths to her lead over me. So we're following her through now into the infield section. This right-hand hairpin is really tricky. It's actually off camera. I think you can actually make that out in the footage. So we're approaching the back marker. Will we make it through? Will we survive? Or will this be the final nail in the coffin and we just combust instantaneously? Up out onto this back straight. Neither of us, I think, got a great exit out of there. We're just starting to close up on this back marker. This left-hand turn, so much fun, really, really fast. And we're going to watch her as she goes for the move up the inside. The back marker actually runs it wide. And there's quite a big gap, but no, we can't get through there. But we didn't spin, we didn't crash, we were okay. And we actually now can see the checkered flag being shown and as we cross the finish line to finish P6. But look, the back markers just did the race lead, although he gives it back. And that was it. It was an eventful race. Really unbelievably great track. I will most certainly be back. And please, if you've got any tips, any top tips, please give them to me. And hopefully catch you soon.